Some songs arrive into the world disguised as a joke, and years later, you realise they were telling the truth the entire time. This is one of those songs. At first glance, it sounds almost stupid, like slightly irritating falsetto, scrappy guitar, baggy jeans, rock energy. But give it 10 seconds and something strange happens. You realise it understands adolescence almost uncomfortably well. The song is Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus. It was one of the first songs I ever learned on guitar. Then it became the first song I ever played at a gig. And you know the opening. That stubborn little riff looping over and over again with the drum machine and vinyl scratches, it's iconic. Musically, it's hypnotic and stubborn. It just repeats. No urgency, no clever modulation, no musical heroics. It feels like being stuck inside your own head, replaying the same thoughts on the bus ride home from school. Harmonically, it isn't dramatic. It's small, which is exactly what being a teenager feels like.
Her name is Noelle. I have a dream about her. She rings my bell. I got gym class in half an hour. Oh, how she rocks in kids and tube socks. But she doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't give a damn about me.
The first verse drops us straight into an extremely specific world. A name, a dream, a school bell, and gym class in half an hour. Immediately, you're inside the emotional geography of being 15, where enormous feelings are constantly interrupted by the very boring machinery of school life. What's interesting is how literal everything is. There are no oceans, no sweeping metaphors, no poetic distance. It is painfully specific. A crush, a fantasy, the bell ringing, and then reality intrudes. Gym class. That tiny detail grounds the whole song. Dreams colliding with institutional embarrassment. When something is extremely specific, people recognize themselves inside it. And this song builds its entire emotional world out of tiny details like that. Even the vocal delivery plays into it. It's half spoken, half sung, slightly nasal, slightly exposed. The singer isn't performing confidence. He's performing this vulnerability, and there is nowhere to hide because the arrangement is actually quite bare. The acoustic tone is clean, but not super polished, almost cheap sounding, intentionally so. And the chords are simple, but the voicings matter. They ring out and leave space, and that space is important because the song never rescues its narrator. It just sits with him.
'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Yeah, I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh.
Then the chorus arrives and something fascinating happens. The character doesn't redeem himself. He names himself. Teenage dirtbag. He takes the insult and claims it. That isn't empowerment in the motivational sense. It's acceptance. Melodically, the chorus is catchy, but not triumphant. It doesn't soar in a heroic way. It just repeats, which makes it singable, which makes it communal. Everyone gets to be a dirtbag together. I am aware that it's possibly quite bizarre being 35 years old and singing loudly, "I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby." But never take yourself too seriously. Although, talking of being serious.
Her boyfriend's a dick. He brings a gun to school and he'd simply kick my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block. He drives an IROC, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me.
The The song quietly darkens in the second verse. Suddenly, there's a rival, a boyfriend, and a line about a gun at school. When the song came out in 2000, it already felt uncomfortable. Today, it lands even harder. But the interesting thing is that the music doesn't change. The same chords keep looping. Because maybe when you're young, danger and boredom coexist. Fear sits right next to routine. School hallways are simultaneously ordinary and terrifying. And this lyric actually comes from something very real. The songwriter, Brendan B. Brown, grew up in Northport on Long Island. In the summer of 1984, a teenager named Ricky Casso murdered a friend in the woods during a drug-fueled ritual that people quickly labelled Satanism. The town panicked. Suddenly, anyone listening to heavy music was suspicious. Kids wearing band shirts or carrying heavy metal tapes were being labelled dirtbags. And here's the strange twist. At the time, Brown's favourite bands were exactly the ones being blamed. Bands like AC/DC and Iron Maiden. So overnight, this musical identity became something adults were seriously afraid of.
'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Yeah, I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh. Oh yeah, dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing. Real dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing.
When the chorus returns, the words are the same, but emotionally it lands differently. Now the phrase teenage dirtbag isn't so playful. It's sort of defensive. It's the sound of someone declaring who they are before anyone else can use the word against them. Brown has said that when he sings that line, he's not just singing about a teenage crush. He's shouting at teachers who judged him, priests who criticized him, parents who'd tried to control him. You can force me into uniforms, you can send me to a different school, but you can't change who I am. I'm a dirtbag.
Man, I feel like mold. It's prom night and I am lonely, lo and behold. She's walking over to me, this must be fake. My lip starts to shake. How does she know who I am? And why does she give a damn about? I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me Friday, don't say maybe. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby, like you. Ooh.
Then the third verse introduces something unexpected, a fantasy, prom night, loneliness, the feeling that you don't belong anywhere. And suddenly the girl walks over. The narrator can barely believe it. He's confused, nervous, almost shaking, which makes sense when you know the backstory. Brown wasn't even going to a normal high school. His parents were so worried about the atmosphere in his town that they sent him to an all-boys Catholic school an hour and a half away by train. Uniforms, blazers, ties, no girls, which meant no normal teenage social life. Most of his teenage years were spent commuting on trains, looking out the window, playing guitar, and imagining the high school experience he wasn't having. So the high school in Teenage Dirtbag isn't really real. It's a mythology. It's the teenage life he imagined from a distance.
Oh yeah, dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing. Real dirtbag. No, she doesn't know what she's missing.
And that's why the final chorus hits differently, because nothing has really changed. The narrator is still awkward, still insecure, still a dirtbag, but something important has shifted for the listener. We recognize him. If you've ever felt invisible, awkward, unwanted, slightly out of sync with the world, this song saw you before you had the language to explain those feelings. People sometimes call Wheatus a one-hit wonder, but that kind of misses the point. Some songs dominate the charts for 6 months. Other songs quietly attach themselves to people's lives. Teenage Dirtbag did something rare. It turned teenage embarrassment into a shared anthem. It didn't promise popularity. It didn't promise transformation. It simply said, this is what it feels like. And for millions of people who felt exactly that way, that honesty was enough. I'm still playing this song. I still like performing it, still having fun with it. And I've known it pretty much my entire life now. What an incredible achievement to have written a song like this. Wheatus have gone on to have a long career, and they aren't ashamed of the song that brought them fame. I like how humble they are and how happy they are to play this song night after night on stage. So I wanted to make this video just to show some love to what might actually be one of the most perfect pop songs ever written, and somehow one of the most universally recognized too. Don't forget your inner dirtbag, but why not go and make someone smile as well? Okay, I'll see you in the next one.